Hey guys, Nolen Davis here. Welcome to another episode of Real Wealth with Real Estate. And if you can see, I got my island shirt on. And the ladies that's here as well, which is Josephine Hood, they have a whole international look only because this is our international show. And we have a special guest, a lady by the name of Ebony. Ladies, how are you today?
Hello, how are you?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on? So we've been talking about real estate for the past weeks.
Yes.
Right? Well, we're literally building momentum. People are very interested in real estate. It's the number one way to build wealth, right? Hence, real wealth with real estate. But you've done something totally different that's outside of the norm that I've ever seen, right? Mm-hmm. You have taken what you've done here in the United States, because I don't want to just say in Chicago, because we're in Houston right now, right? You've taken what you've done here and taken it abroad, and you got a whole crew of people that's down with you, and that's one of the leaders of the crew right here, Miss Ebony.
That's right.
So I want you to start off by telling us, how did you meet Ebony?
Ebony, Miss Ebony Ferguson. She's actually my business partner now.
Okay.
So, Ebony, let's talk about how we met.
Okay.
So, 2 years ago. Is it 2 years ago?
It was about 2.5 years ago.
About 2.5 years ago, I went on a adventure, I'll say, to Punta Cana by myself to purchase a property. Didn't know anybody. And you?
That was my first time there. Well, not in that capacity. That was my first time there. Buying real estate. Didn't know anybody. And I saw it on Facebook, and I'm like, I got to go. I don't know what this is, but I'm going. And I went.
And you were actually, now that I think about it, you were on the bus with me. You and Sharice.
Yep, we were.
So there's a tour bus. We went with another brokerage, and there was a tour bus that took a group of people. And you actually sat a row behind and a row over. And I just thought about that just now.
Yep,
Remember that?
We did.
And we went on the tour and we looked at properties. And when I first went over for that trip, my only anticipation was to purchase. And to make sure that what I had invested my money in was a real thing, that it was legitimate.
Right.
I wasn't sure, so I had booked a suite and a first class ticket and was like, if it's not real, then at least I had a good vacation.
Right.
But we met. But then we didn't talk anymore.
We did not talk anymore. And that was my story, too. So I went. I actually had already started selling there at the time. But when I got there, I'm like, oh, so I really did buy something. Because, again, I thought I was just going to see what was out there. But I actually had bought something. And so we went on the tour. And I remember seeing you, and I'm like, who is this young lady with this hot pink bathing suit on?
That was funny how I showed up to that meeting.
You did.
I showed up to the meeting, y'all. It was a poolside meeting.
And you showed up in a hot pink bathing suit.
So if you tell me, let's meet a bikini, let's mind you, right? But if you say we have a 5 o'clock meetup at the pool, you tell me what you think the attire would be.
Right, I don't really want to talk about it because I just had a show that you flew in for, and you're the only person that ever twerked on my stage. So I don't even know if we should even discuss
sounds about
this.
right.
That
sounds about right.
Right.
But you got to admit that they played music for me. And I said, and what am I supposed to do, dance? I didn't know the twerk was going to come out. It just kind of came out.
Right.
That's Chicago.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right.
But what happened was, so that was the first time we went.
Yep.
We didn't really talk until a few months later we went again.
So that was in April.
Yes.
We went again in September.
And Dewan, who's our other business partner, we were just honestly looking for enough people to go on a boat ride. Remember that?
Yes.
And she said, hey, I met these other ladies. They can come go with us. And me being me, well, who are they?
Right.
But Dewan and I had already been friends.
She had met, right. I was the one that's been introduced to them. So we came together. There was a group of us with some more people that we didn't know.
Yep.
And we went on a boat ride. We had a ball. This is all in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic.
Right.
And that really was the beginning of what's now a sisterhood and a business relationship.
Absolutely.
So we had a really good time on a yacht that day.
Yep.
And then after that, I think we all hung out at the pool, and we started having Sunday night phone calls.
Sunday nights, we would get on Zoom
Okay.
and talk about goals, talk about what we want to do, where we see ourselves in a few years, and everything just went up from there.
Got you.
Yep.
Got you.
Yep.
So as we talk, what is international investing in real estate looks like?
It's not similar to what you find in the States. Let's just start that.
Okay.
So it's a little bit different. So when you think about international, you think about the Caribbeans or just outside of your country, period. But with Punta Cana, it's a little different because we focus primarily on pre-construction. So what that looks like is you're buying when the prices are really, really low before it's even being built, to be honest with you. And so what we do is we'll get you in at ground level prices, work directly with the builders and the developers to get you a good payment plan, no credit checks, right? And you're just basically paying on your property until it's done.
Okay, so so explain to me, what do you mean by before it's built, right?
So sometimes, and when we even went on the tour, we went to land. Like like a project that you saw on paper, it looked pretty on paper. You know, eventually it'll be there. That's what they're buying.
Okay.
Yep.
So what happens is we are selling properties in pre-development phases.
Yep.
Got you.
So there's dirt. There's some nice drawings. We're storytellers because we're selling you a lifestyle. We're telling you this is where your money's going to go and this is what it can do for you. So the tours are to bring it to life. So we bring people over and we say, here's the development, here's the land. We have a good time. We may go on a yacht party. We have dinner. We do workshops. We introduce them to attorneys. Property management. Yeah, so we bring it all together. So we try to create a situation where you have every reason to say yes and no reason to say no.
So I'm going to ask the question that everybody's thinking, right? How do we guarantee that this thing is going to get built? Who am I giving my money to? When are they going to start building? How many more they got to sell? Like,
Yes.
I need all of those questions answered and go, right?
Would you like to start?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So one of the things we did with our brokerage is we fully vet all of the developers, which means we've either sold previous properties that they've built. They're legit companies, legit been around for years. So we're not going to just sell any like fly-by-night type companies.
Sure.
It's going to be somebody that's reputable. They have a good reputation in the country, good history. Those are the types of properties that we do promote and that we sell. And a lot of times when we go on our tours, most of them will have like showrooms or model units of what the property will look like eventually.
Okay.
And so that's what is being shown to our clients. So they'll see, oh, I'll have this. And so it makes them want to, I can really see myself living here, or this is what it'll look like when it's done.
So you guys have done all of the hard work, leg work, and the research to vet the companies that we would, as investors, be investing in.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, and so we make sure that there's benchmarks, there's contracts. You have an appointment with your attorney. Even though it's out the country, just like here in the United States, we don't do any business without a real estate attorney.
Okay.
So we have our recommendations, but people are certainly welcome to find their own.
Okay.
But everything is on a contract. So we do our best to make sure that everybody is protected. We don't vet any property that we're not willing to put our own money in.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to take it a step further because she talks specifically about developers, but right now we even have an opportunity, and we'll be back in September, just us as the team, because we do want to touch on our brokerage a little bit.
I am a part of the team.
Is
this my camera? Is it on me? I am a part of the team, so I will be going as well. Continue.
So we have an opportunity now. We have land that is available for us to actually do our own development. With full permits and everything. And so we just, we do our diligence and we invest everywhere, a lot of different places. So we've got other opportunities even outside of Dominican Republic. So we do plan to develop in Dominican Republic, but we've got Belize, we've got other places that we invest as well.
So I'm curious. So as we look at the first property that you guys are talking about, right? How many units is in that property, and how many of those units need to be sold before they start building?
Well, that's going to depend on the developer. So I'll give you an example. There's a property that Ebony's going to touch on here that we're all actually in the process of buying our own individual units right now, because we do individual sales, or we can create a group. We can create a group for you if you maybe don't have enough money to purchase one on your own. However, this one in particular is $47,500. There's not even a model up.
The model will be up at the end of this month.
Ebony went, and so I've not even looked at the land.
Yeah, I did a full tour of the land. This community in particular, 47,000.
$47,500.
We'll get you a 1-bedroom condo.
Okay.
1 bedroom, 1 bath. This community has 11 swimming pools. It's going to be closer to the new airport that they're building in Punta Cana. They have amenities, restaurants, commercial space. They have 2 bedrooms at $65,000, and then they have penthouses for $106,000.
Got you.
And let's add this. One of the things that actually drew us to Punta Cana is Airbnb and short-term rentals, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So you talk about that. Well, why would I invest in Punta Cana? Well, because there's no restrictions on Airbnb. There's no restrictions at all. So like here in the States, you have HOAs and different guidelines.
Sure.
That's not there. So most people use their property for that purpose, short-term, or they can live in it part-time of the year and then go back home. So you can be creative with your property.
And the other thing about Punta Cana in particular is it's the most traveled vacation destination in the world right now. And I don't remember the exact number, but
it was like 1 million.
A billion or billion or some crazy number of visitors that just in the last year. And so no matter what, you hear people say, I'm going to Punta Cana, I'm going to Punta Cana. So with that being stated, because you are going to ask me, before I buy this, what's my occupancy rate?
Right.
Well, with people traveling like that, it should be, and we're never going to guarantee 100. You should always have a goal of 75%. So 75% should be your occupancy rate, and then you have some time that you'll use it. And most of that will be during high season, but if you're price it right, you can rent during low season as well. And really, Punta Cana doesn't have a low season, because when it's 16 degrees in Chicago, it's 86 degrees in Punta Cana. So their weather is very consistent, and it's always hot.
Right. When it's 162 degrees in Houston, what is the weather in Punta? Because I need to get out there.
In Punta Cana,
right,
it's probably
162.
Right. I'm like, dude, it's been so hot this year. It's been ridiculous.
Yeah.
But so now we're in a situation of the thought process, and here's what I mean, right? Okay. The thought process of I'm already maybe not a domestic investor, right? Mm-hmm. Now, how do I buy a property and manage that property overseas to do the Airbnb for it to make money, right? What do you have? Because I know you have like a utility belt. Like Batman has about 12 knobs on his. You got like 28, right? So I already know. I talk to you all the time, right? So you're always telling me, hey, this is how we need to do this. They're asking me this. Then I came up with that. So how do you rectify that thought process of I'm a brand new investor? I'm going overseas to invest because I definitely can get the biggest bang for my buck. There is no restrictions, like Ebony said, right? So now the market is wide open, but wide open to do what? Because I'm not a regular seasoned investor. So how does that work?
So we have a couple of different ways. So you can manage it yourself, which why would you? You're in the United States. So we have property management companies.
Okay. I
mean, we're actually going to branch off Utopian Views Realty. We're going to branch off as well and have our own property management company, as well as our own cleaning company. Yep. So we always got something in the works. But then there are developments that you can buy into that is kind of hotel style, and you book through engines.
Yep.
And believe it or not, there's even partnerships with like Hilton's and Wyndham's and properties like that you buy into, and then people go on those booking engines and it's booked. And then what happens is you get paid your money, but they do get a profit share as a result of that. I like that model because it takes the guessing out for me. I don't have to worry about getting linen change. If they break something, I don't have to worry about anything. So me personally, I like that model.
And they typically take care of everything for you. So they'll do, like she was saying, the linen change. They'll make sure it's booked. They'll make sure it's clean. They take care of everything for you. Now, it's different. I will say this, because when you think about domestically investing and you have a rental property, it's typically anywhere between 9 and 10% monthly that we pay the property management company to manage our properties. But over there, it's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be higher, and it's going to be higher because they do a lot more. Because they're marketing, they're promoting, they're just trying to get your property out there so they can make money. They make money, they get it rented, you make money.
So as you talk about $47,500, Ebony made the statement earlier that there is no credit, right? No credit check, right? So does that mean I have to pay the whole thing off before the build starts, or what does that look like?
So with that one in particular, there's only so we call it a layaway plan. Yep. It's almost like you're buying it on layaway.
Okay.
You remember layaway? Did you used to put your schools on layaway?
Yes. I was just for to say.
School clothes.
Right. Yes. I was just for to say I can't wait to get them shoes.
Yeah. Listen, my mother would take me to Kmart. I would put all those school clothes on layaway. Listen, that's what it was. So you put $500 down for this particular property. For this one, the amount's different for every property. You put $500 down. You are allowed 30 days to do your diligence. Then the remainder of the 10% of the deposit is what's due. So basically that is $4,500 that we're saying is due. You got 30 days. Once that $4,500 is paid, within 30 days you start making a payment, and we provide you with a payment schedule. And everything, again, everything is papered up. Everything is on a contract. You pay that every month.
Or quarterly or bi-monthly. So you have that option to determine how you want your payment. So whatever works for you financially is how you can do it. And that's drafted in the contract with the attorney.
And this particular property has a December 2025 delivery date.
For the first phase.
For phase one, which is what we're buying into phase one. Why are we buying into phase one when we haven't seen the final product? Because phase two is going to be more, and that's going to be built-in equity for us. So, which we can go back to. But with those payments, we'll pay on that every month between now and I think it's September 2025. Now, by September 2025, if we follow those payment plans, 50% will now be left. And with that 50%, we can finance it.
You can actually finance that portion. So all payments are going to be in four segments. So you're going to do your reservation, right? Okay. That's your $500. Within your 30 days, that's going to be your 10%, which she mentioned. Next is going to be, you're going to be making payments as they're building. So that's your monthly, bi-monthly, or quarterly payments. And at the end is when you make your final payment. So your final payment is going to be a lump sum. It ranges anywhere between 40 and 50%. So you're making payments. That portion, you can actually finance that. However, it would have to be with a Dominican bank. So the thing about that is, you can't finance it here because they're not going to use collateral there for your loan. But a lot of customers or clients get kind of fancy with it. Like they'll get a loan from here. They'll do equity. They'll use business credit, things like that to fund their property there. And again, if you do a Dominican bank finance, it's a little bit different. The interest rates are a little bit higher because it's an investor loan, but that is an option. But we have some people just want to pay in cash and just keep it moving.
But what I want you to keep in mind is, remember, we're completed now. This last 40 or 50% is financed. You are now also renting this property out. So if you're smart, that payment is being paid by the people who book. You're really not paying it. So it's a smart investment. And guess what else just happened? Phase two just kicked up. So I don't know the numbers, but let's say that 47.5. Phase two may be 67.5. So if that's the case, that is $20,000 of equity. So not only do you have $20,000 of equity, you also have somebody else making that payment for you.
Got you. Okay. All right. So you said you have multiple properties in Punta Cana, right? And you have multiple places that you have opportunities as well, right? We're leaving to go to Punta Cana as a group, not just the team, because I am going with the team. I just started.
He is going with the team.
So, but as a group to show, potential investors that are definitely looking to invest overseas. That is in November, correct?
Yes, Utopian Views Realty, which is our brokerage.
Yep.
And we have one additional partner, Dewan Green. Utopian Views are
Big shout out to Dewan.
Big shout out to Dewan.
Right. I know
who was
Dewan.
just, the reason Dewan's not here is because she was out looking at some properties for us in Jamaica and she just landed. So she was tired.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Poor Dewan.
I feel like this is a Rob Bass moment because I'm internationally known. Like y'all
I'm
flying,
knowing about the microphone.
Y'all all over the place out here. So I'm sorry. Continue saying what you were saying.
I wanted to rap, but okay. So you want to talk about our November tour?
Yes. So our November tour, November 7th through 10th, we stay at one location together, which is the Catalonia Bavaro Resort.
On the beach.
On the beach, right. We stay there for logistics. We have a bus that will come pick us up. On the first day, we typically go see the attorney first.
And do a meet and greet first.
Meet and greet Thursday night. Friday morning, we go see the attorney. We go see property management, and then we hit the ground running. We going to look at properties, like, all day. Like, long days.
Right.
But you get your money's worth. We spend time, you can ask questions. You're on construction sites. We ask you to wear closed-toe shoes because you're getting dirty. We're wearing hard hats. Like, we do it all. But we want you to see what you're actually buying, like what you're investing into. And then Saturday, same thing, but we kind of end it with a yacht party, like a private yacht party. So everybody who comes on the tour with us, we kind of go chill, hang out, relax, regroup, and talk about what we did the last few days, and then wrap it up on Sunday.
And every tour typically has a theme of some sort. This particular tour, we are really also going to include some properties that have golf courses.
Okay.
So this is our golf tour in November. Not that everybody's a golfer, but we try to have themes. And then we always have feature properties. So you're with us all day, all of the days. We do allow downtime because we do want you to really enjoy Punta Cana. So we work and we play. We show up professionally dressed. We're all in our uniforms. We make sure we have snacks. We'll make sure that you have a good lunch. We usually, that first night too, we all go out to dinner together. It's not required. We just do that so that people can get out and actually enjoy Punta Cana. Because if you're putting your money over there, you kind of want to see something other than the resort life.
Right. So all I have to do is get there and then follow the group. You guys have already put everything together.
I take care of all of it.
Right.
All logistics are taken
All logistics.
care of. Yeah. We have a QR code. There is a fee to register because we have to cover our cost.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we have to cover our cost. Everybody is responsible for their own accommodations. We provide that link when the reservation is made as well. One thing I will say is when you register and you book at the Catalonia, there's an adult side and there's a side that's not for adults. So it's completely up to you if somebody's traveling with kids. We are on the adult side.
Absolutely.
We don't bring our kids,
No.
but some people bring their kids.
Right.
I just want to point that out because sometimes people don't know which side to book. Now they're linked.
I don't know if y'all caught that. The whole flow
I cannot.
of how she said, we don't bring our kids. Like,
cannot.
it was almost like poetry in motion, like, and we don't bring our kids stay their ass at home. Right? Like, I just like, it was almost a celebratory type of, I'm just saying.
Because it's a vacation.
Listen.
Right, absolutely.
It's a vacation.
Listen. And honestly, like, it's a lot for the kids. Our days are long.
They are so, listen, my twins,
days
I
are
couldn't handle it.
long.
It's
How old
it's
are
a
your
lot.
twins?
7.
Okay.
Yes. So, yeah, they can stay home, let mommy go work, and then, yeah, it's a lot.
We work
It's a lot.
hard, but we play hard.
Right.
We do.
We work hard and we play hard. But what happens is you find out once you get over there like when you get over there, we don't hard sell. Like
We don't have to because it sells itself.
It's paradise.
Right. Yeah.
It's truly paradise.
So is that why you guys call yourselves Utopia?
Utopian views, yes.
Who came up with that? Right. I figured you did.
She did.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Utopia
one thing I
views.
want to add really quick. I totally forgot about this. So when you talk about them coming over, of course you have to take care of your own airfare, right? And your
Sure.
own hotel. However, if you buy with us while you're on tour, a lot of properties offer a fly and buy program, which means they give you your money back for purchasing or investing in the country.
Oh, that's a good
Yes.
deal.
So, you think about your hotel and flight, that's about $1,400.
Right.
If you buy with us on tour, you will get that back. Not all communities, but most of them.
Most of them. And then one thing that's very important, that because people ask this question, they ask about taxes. So in Punta Cana, there's something called Confiture, and I'll let Ebony talk a little bit about Confiture.
So Confiture is a tax abatement. So you do not have to pay property taxes on your property. Anything, I believe the number just recently changed. It was 160 and below. So if your property is $40,000, you don't have to pay property taxes for 15 years. If it's $200,000, you do have to pay property taxes on the difference, which is that $40,000, but it's only a 1%. Only 1% for 15 years. And it's for the first owner of a property. So Confiture gives you save money. So it's kind of a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer. And what we also like people to understand is that if for some reason you just cannot get your schedule to work November 7th to 10th, we do offer one-on-ones.
We do.
Those are more costly, but we do offer that. We have boots on ground there at all times. Yep. We're there. Starting in January, one of us will be there at least 1 week out of the month every month, as we go around to the different countries. And because we were getting ready to really scale up. So if you can't make that, we do have dates coming up in January.
We have, it's not MLK weekend. It's the weekend right after that. We've already have that. Mm-hmm. So we have the link for that as well. So if you can't make November, do January.
And also Utopian Views Realty, you really want to partner with us, because we are in Belize. We are in
that's what I was going to ask next.
Abuja. I just spent.
You say you bougie and what now?
I can't.
I didn't hear what you said. I'm sorry.
Did you say I was bougie?
I didn't say. I just asked you a question. I was trying to figure. I thought you said you was bougie.
That's what he said.
I've been knowing you for a long time. I know you're bougie, but I'm just thinking you thought
bourgeois.
Okay,
I said Abuja.
Okay, Abuja.
Abuja,
okay.
Nigeria. So we'll be working in Abuja. I spent about 2 hours on a call just this week about 3 different developments in Jamaica. One being in St. Catharines, one partner with the government. Also the Grand Bahama Islands. Yep. We have Exuma, Bahamas. We have opportunities in Sicily. We've been invited to do partnerships in Tulum, or Cabos, Merida, Mexico. Mm-hmm. We'll be going into Dubai. So our bandwidth is the only thing that's slowing up our growth, but the opportunity is out there. Dewan and I are both managing real estate brokers in the States. Mm-hmm. We're both certified international property specialists. Ebony's in the process of getting her license, which takes me to something that's very important that I want to point out. When you come over with us, when groups come over with us, often the question becomes, how can I be a part of the team? Absolutely. How can I sell for you guys also? Well, guess what? In Punta Cana, you don't have to have a real estate license. You can join Utopian Views Realty as a referral agent or an agent under us, and we simply train you. And that's what it is. You don't need a license.
Hey, give me my camera right here. Is this camera on? Is it on? Hey, I am now part of the team. My shirt is on, like the embroidered shirt of Utopian Views is on the way. So stay tuned, and I'll be selling you properties overseas. And we're back. You see what I'm saying?
But it's just that simple. It really is just that simple.
It is very simple.
It's honestly so simple that had I known 20 years ago what I know now, life would look very, very different.
Yeah.
So here's my thing. We're talking about investments and everything, right? With the environment in which we live politically right now, there's a lot of people that want to leave the United States. At 47.5, are you telling me I can buy a 1-bedroom and just live there after I pay it off?
You can just live there.
You can
do dual citizenship if you like.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And this is offered in Panama. This is offered. I mean, we could go on and on.
I'm trying to get to Panama.
Yeah. Well, Panama's coming up.
You got some stuff coming up?
I got some stuff coming up in Panama.
You gotta stop playing.
We just, we scaling up. We got somebody that's off camera over there in the corner playing, but we're trying to get her to come on back this way.
So let me ask you this. As we talk about the Airbnb, we build it, right?
Yeah.
All right. It's built. Everything is fine. Everything is paid for, right? We're rocking and rolling. How do I get it furnished?
Easy, the furniture store.
Right.
And we take you to the furniture store on tour so you can kind of see what to expect.
That's what I was getting. Right.
We got you.
Anything that you have a question to, we have an answer for it.
Right. That hence your utility belt. I already told you. I already know.
Right.
Right. I just need other people to see that you have your utility belt. Right.
It's so funny.
Right. So what about the utilities and things? Like I'm trying to think of everything.
It's all figured in.
When you set up an appointment with the attorney, and we can help with this too.
Okay.
He will help set up all utilities. We actually will help you set up your bank account we have bank accounts there. We help you with all of it. So if you need to live there or want to live there, we can help you. And we've done it, so we know what to expect and how to do it.
Got you.
It's really our second home. I mean, you see how often we're there.
Oh, absolutely.
We're in Punta Cana so much that when we planned to come this weekend to record, somebody said we can go anywhere but Punta Cana. Like, we don't want to go to Punta Cana because we go so much. Yep. But this really was a Punta Cana weekend.
We were.
But we knew we needed to come and record the show. We needed to promote because we want as many people to come on as possible in November. Everybody sits and they talk about generational wealth.
Right.
But I don't think everybody's thinking outside the box. Outside the box is to get outside the country.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
So let us show you something that you don't know. Let us expose you to a lifestyle, because growth is all about exposure. But until you get out there and you see, and you can't talk to everybody about this stuff. You have to just say, I'm going to go. It don't matter if their friends don't come. That I went by myself.
Right.
You cannot go, because if you are trying to do something that somebody else is not willing to do, they will talk you out of it, and they will not support you.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
and that's just in life.
That's just in life.
Yeah.
So if somebody is watching this and they want to come, we are your support system. We are your backbone. You spend 3 days with us. If nothing else, I promise you a good time.
You know what I really like about this whole situation?
What do you like, Nolen?
Here's the thing. When let's say you go over to Punta Cana yourself, and you walk the beach and you see everything and you say, this is beautiful, right? Then you find out that they're building new properties over there, and then you get a guy that has a hard accent, right? That's from there. That's like, my friend, we can do X, Y, and Z, right? You don't trust him. You don't know him, right? You so outside of your comfort zone that you don't even know what questions to ask majority of the time as you go from one place to the other, right? With you all doing what you do here and taking the American mindset over there and making it easy for us, right? Because we know you know what we're expecting, right? And you've covered all bases. That's a feeling of confidence that I'm with the right place, right? And because you guys are doing it in different areas as well, the more you do it, the more that name is going to build up. And this is why, is the camera on me? And this is why I, too, am a part of the team. I'm waiting for my embroidered shirt. Did I tell you about the shirt? It's okay. So that's what I'm thinking from that standpoint, right? Because we are at a point in our lives that we're talking about generational wealth, that we're looking to retire in places. This retirement, just think, if you pay this off 47.5, right? You pay this off in a short period of time, and now you don't have any taxes. You living free for 15 years, right on the beach.
On the beach.
Right.
Right.
That's the office for the day. You can get up and you can go ground your feet. We won't get into grounding, but the spiritual grounding of getting up every morning and just going down to that beach. And this is home.
Right.
Like, it's the struggle for me is when I got to come back to Chicago.
Right.
Oh, I know this.
That's the struggle. Right. But you better believe when my youngest is done, when he hits the NFL, I'm out the country.
See, my thing is, I tell my kids, or at least my oldest son that's filming this right now, I tell my oldest son all the time, what we're trying to do is use the resources as a family to spend less and grow more.
That's
right.
Absolutely.
And I want to create a safe space to where it's really like I want to have the FU crib, right? The FU crib, right? And that, now let me explain. So,
Clenching my pearls.
girl, please, them ain't even pearls. So here's the thing: the FU crib is meaning I don't care what goes on in your life. You can say F it all. I'm going home.
That's it.
And I got
Absolutely.
a spot for you,
That's
right?
it.
Absolutely.
I like
We
it.
have something built enough, and he's the type of dude that wants to travel the world, wants to see it. If we got places
everywhere
where he could just go, set up shop, do whatever he needs to do, and I know he's safe. I know he's taken care of, right? And so my thing may not be, it is generational wealth to a certain degree, but if I could provide you a place that you always can go,
safe space.
right? To where you don't have to pay for really anything, you don't have to where you can always start over, right? To where if your boss is tripping, you could be like, F you. If your spouse is tripping, you could be like, F you, I'm going to my father's house and everything is going to be taken care of. But to have the opportunity to have houses in other spots on the planet, right? Different parts of the earth, right? Just to be like, hey, I just go on and get it. All you got to do is get a ticket and you there.
That's it.
Right? Now we killing it.
And that's one of the things we do. Everywhere we're developing, everywhere we sell, the goal is for us to have a place.
Yep.
So we're big on let's buy a place together. Mm-hmm. But then in some cases, let's buy some separately.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So when you buy together, you just, even though we're the best of friends, everything still has to be papered up.
Right, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
So the terms are in there. This is how much time you get it. This is how much time I get it. This is what happened. This is how we sell it. This is when we sell it. Every rule, everything that you can
Everything
think
is
of
in that operating agreement.
has to be put in an operating agreement. Because no matter what, it's not based on friendship. It's a business transaction.
Sure.
And so we try to teach the team and the people that buy. We explain that. Because you may say, I don't have 47.5. Or if we could have a more expensive properties, because we have them up to $2 million.
We do.
You may say, I have 50,000 that I can probably come up with, and then she may have 50, I may have 50. So we pull that together. So that's where it makes sense. And we may need 3 more people, and we don't go find our friends because that's not who's going to support us always anyway.
Right.
So we will help create that group and a safe space through attorneys, so that everybody gets a piece of the pie.
Got you. All right. So I know I asked a bunch of questions, right? Because I wanted to paint the picture of what people could be getting, right? Is there anything that you two want to say that maybe I forgot to ask to really paint the picture for the people that are watching right now?
I would just say, you know what? Check those passports. You got about 8 weeks. Get those passports booked. This link is available. Go ahead and make your reservation. Reach out to us with questions. We can be found on utopianviewsrealty.com. It's time for you to create a life that you don't need to take a vacation from. That is what we do all the time. So in most cases, when people talk to us, the first thing they say is, where are you guys at?
Right.
Because we're
All the
always
time.
somewhere different.
Yeah.
We're always somewhere different.
all the time.
But this is our life.
Right.
In real life.
In real
Right.
life,
Thi-
it's definitely not. It's for real.
It's
Right.
it's for real. So you can create that life for yourself if that's what you truly want. And if you want to do that, we're the girls that can help you. Oh, and Nolen is now part of the team.
Yes.
I am. or I'm is, depending on where you from. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't matter.
So I'm gonna say, step outside of your comfort zone.
Yes.
You have to visualize it. If you can visualize it and you can see it for yourself, we can get you there.
All right.
And a lot of times too, people just don't know it's something you can actually do.
It's very attainable.
People don't know, and so we're here to answer questions and let you know how easy it is. All you need is money and a passport.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
And you don't even need a lot of money.
You don't. You don't.
Right.
You need enough money to come with us so we can expose you, and then we can discuss the rest of the money. Stop thinking. This is what people do. They
Yes.
think, I don't have 50,000. I don't have 100,000.
have to
You
have
don't
it now.
need that right now.
Right.
What you need is the exposure so you can find out what it is that you do need, which is what we're going to help you do.
And one of the things too, on our last tour, a young lady, she wasn't able to buy, But she said that changed her entire life. Just being there in the same space as people who kind of think like you and seeing what's out there. She's a part of the team now.
And it's not even about the people that think like you, right? It's about the people that's outside of your comfort zone.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
For you to gravitate to them and know that it's a little bit safe. And I was just talking to somebody earlier today, and they were telling me that somebody was trying to find all these loopholes and trying to get around what they needed. And I said, it's so many people that if we just focused our mind on what we needed to say, hey, this is my goal. I need to do these things to accomplish the goal. Let me stick to those things and get those accomplished. So that will give me what I'm looking for. Right. And it was like literally, how do I get can you help me get car insurance without a license? Right. Why are you focused on, why don't you just focus on getting a license?
Just get the license.
Right. You get what I'm saying?
Get
Like, there's so many times we focus on the wrong thing on how to do. At the end of the day, we still need to get a license at some point in time. So let's just put all our time and energy into that. And so I'm bridging the gap in that thought process to the thought process that you're talking about. Sometimes we need to be exposed to see what we want, because we know what we know, we know what we don't know, and we don't know what we don't know, right? And so now that we can find out what we don't know, we can say all of this is attainable. All I need to do are these things, and I can have that.
And you can have it.
Absolutely.
Right. But most people don't even know what they
don't know.
They
But
don't
that's
know.
where we step in.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And like I said, us going, our happenstance, which we know there's no such thing, everything happens for a reason.
Oh, absolutely.
Us just going there and meeting each other was life changing. It was really.
It was
pivotal. It was pivotal. And you sometimes don't know who you need in your life until you have them there.
Right. Right.
Which is so crazy, because I was always on the fence about real estate anyway. But after meeting these young ladies on that tour in particular, I flipped houses, I'm investing, like I'm doing different things. And I would have never done that without the push or being around these types of people.
Right.
Because now we buy dirt.
And we got lots. Like, we do all types of things together.
Right.
So it's like, it changed my life.
It's life changing.
So do you have the ability, because you say you have lots.
We do.
Do you have lots overseas?
Yes.
We have lots, overseas. We've got a big development in downtown Punta Cana that we're looking at. We've got some property that we're in the process of buying 2 minutes from the beach in Belize.
Yep.
Right.
We've got people with acres and acres, like I said, in Jamaica, in Nigeria, in
Ghana,
all these places that want to partner with us. So I'm constantly in phone calls and negotiations, trying to figure out. So it's not about you always having the money. It's about you positioning yourself.
Right.
If you position yourself and you can bring value, when people understand your value, the money is sometimes second. The money will come.
Right.
When you are doing what you're supposed to do, the money will come.
All right.
But you got to get in the room, and you got to get to the right people to get the room.
Right.
So that you can get an invitation to the room.
And some people don't even know the room exists.
People don't even know the room exists.
That is very true.
Right.
We are here to tell you that the room exists.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. So how can somebody get set up for the November tour?
So we have a QR code
Yep.
that will be provided on the screen.
All right.
Also, you can visit utopianviewsrealty.com. There's a drop down. It says tour with us.
Yep.
Okay.
And then also you can reach out to us on social media.
Okay. Utopian Views.
Utopian Views
Realty
Realty.
Group.
We are on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and then our individual pages as well.
Yep.
And of course, the famous Nolen Davis has our contact information.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because Nolen is getting in a broader shirt, and he's now part of the team.
I am a part of the team. So I'm going to give a code.
Okay.
Yep.
Step Up 23. If they use that code, what would they get extra?
What is their? They get a discount.
Yeah, $50 off tour.
$50 off your individual registration.
All right. That's Step Up, as in Step Up Radio. And you can find this podcast and more episodes of this podcast on stepupradio.net. You can download us at Roku, Step Up Radio, and Amazon Fire TV. Anything you want to say before we go?
No, I just look forward to seeing everybody in November. I'll see you at the airport.
That's
All right.
right. Same
Ebony,
here.
anything you want to say before we go?
Thank you for this opportunity. November tour will be nice. It's going to be good. Just join us. You will be happy. Let's just say you'll be happy.
Your life will
Yeah.
be forever changed spending the weekend with us.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Now this show plays in Houston and in Austin on the local stations. So for everybody that's watching this right here in Texas, I may see you in person on November 7th.
That's right.
Yes.
On November 11/7. 11/7 is
That's
Nolen
Nolen Davis Day.
It
I was
is.
just going to say that.
yes,
I was like, why
That's
is that
Nolen
sticking?
Davis
right,
Day.
right here in Houston, that is Nolen Davis Day. Hey, but I want to thank you guys for coming. Real wealth with real estate right here on Step Up Radio. Until next time, love to live to love, and be well.